For the news that impacts you most, turn to Live Local CBS3.
Tonight, we are entering the final hours of Minnesota's special session, and a government shutdown is hanging in the balance. Plus, a tough turn of events for the timber industry after a wood pellet plant in northern Minnesota loses out on necessary funding. And knowing water conditions before you head out paddling just got a whole lot easier in Duluth. We'll explain coming up.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. With just hours left in the Minnesota special legislative session, lawmakers have just 2 budget bills left to pass. They've already approved a modest police accountability bill and to end Governor Tim Walz's emergency powers. CBS3's Kendall Jarbo explains what Northland representatives say are wins and losses for our area and if a government shutdown is on the horizon.
A state government shutdown is very unlikely at this point. The House and Senate still need to vote on the K-12 education budget and the tax bill, but after that, they're done. I spoke with Republican Senator Jason Rarick, who represents Pine, Carlton, and St. Louis counties. He's happy with the tax bill, saying there won't be new tax increases, businesses won't have to pay taxes on pandemic relief loans, and people on unemployment will have their income tax forgiven. While Rarick wanted to see more money go to the job sector and to small businesses, he is pleased with how Northland schools will benefit and the session's overall progress.
It just takes some time to get through these final agreements, but we got it done, and everybody here believed a shutdown would not be good for the state, and we knew we needed to get it done, and I think we'll get there.
DFL Representative Liz Olson of Duluth considers several local priorities a win, like help for Duluth schools and a $3 million forgivable loan for whichever company buys the Verso paper mill. Olson says when it comes to government, it's give and take.
Divided government is hard, and it means that there is a lot of compromise and things that we give up on as we get to the end of session. So I think we did really well in this situation, but we did have to give up some things.
Olson says a bonding bill and local infrastructure projects are not looking likely for Duluth. Both Olson and Rarick say they wish all of this had been done in the regular session, but are pleased with the special session's outcome. The House must act on the bills before the Senate will vote. Then they'll be sent to the governor to sign. With so much already done, it looks like lawmakers will meet their July 1st deadline.
All right, thank you, Kendall. We'll have much more on the full outcome of the special session tonight at 10. As part of their budget negotiations overnight, Minnesota lawmakers passed a bill to officially end the governor's peacetime emergency powers, and that takes effect tomorrow. Governor Walz had used his special powers for more than 15 months in order to manage the state's response to COVID-19. Republican lawmakers had previously complained about him shutting them out of important pandemic decisions. And just like the state, the city of Duluth had its own citywide health emergency. Back on June 18th, the city emergency was extended for another 30 days, so it remains in effect until July 18th. The city council is expected to discuss that at a meeting tomorrow. Also, you'll remember the Duluth's plastic bag fee, meant to discourage the use of plastic, is set to take effect 90 days after the state's and cities' emergency declarations end. We're still waiting for an exact date on that. Tough news this morning for northern Minnesota's timber industry. The state legislature shot down funding and tax breaks that would have helped bring a wood pellet plant to the Grand Rapids or Bemidji area. The plant, called North Star Pellets, would have helped timber yards unload massive piles of leftover wood chunks called residuals. The demand for them is shrinking, and timber yards have more than they know what to do with. The pellet plant would have taken them and turned them into wood pellets, used increasingly as an alternative source of energy. Those behind the project say they're disappointed, but moving on to other plans and projects. A small section of a big federal budget is raising concerns for one Northland lawmaker. The proposed 2022 spending bill for the Interior, Environment, and related agencies came out this week. It includes a provision saying none of the funds can be used to review or approve a mine plan within the Rainy River watershed of the Superior National Forest. Republican Congressman Pete Stauber says that would stop development at 4 area mines, including Mintac, Minorca, and North Shore. Stauber says he strongly opposes the provision, calling it an attack on mining jobs in Minnesota. The bill just started going through the approval process. Dave joins us for first check of the weather. Dave, pretty toasty warm out there. Sounds like we might see some showers tonight, though. That might cool things down a bit.
That could cool things down, but the warmth is what triggers those showers and storms at times. So what causes it often kills it, as I teach my weather class at LSC. Well, the cause for the chance for rain tonight comes from the tail end of yesterday's low pressure systems, along with the heat of the day, both providing just enough lift for that line of showers and storms we see in northern Minnesota. Doesn't look like it's touching the ground in too many places or covering too big an area, but if one of those bigger cells comes your way, it probably will be a little bit noisy underneath as thunder and lightning come to call. 20% chance we'll put it for your town in Minnesota tonight. Only 10% it crosses the lake into Wisconsin or Michigan any farther than it has already. And then by tomorrow, things are going to change up. Right now, we take a live look at what's going on around Cass Lake to see if any of that northern precip is hitting that town. Doesn't look like it at the moment, but again, a 20% chance it could as the night goes on. Tomorrow, easterly wind comes in with a high pressure system, makes it cooler by the lake, around 70, but 80s still possible inland. Then we all warm up again on Friday, which sets us up for a toasty 4th of July. We'll talk about how high that number will go in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. After the pandemic stole the show, fireworks, music, and 4th of July fun will return to Duluth this weekend. CBS3's Quinn Gorham explains why 4th Fest organizers are preparing for a much larger crowd than usual this year.
Bayfront Park might look empty now, but this Sunday during 4th Fest, we may see record numbers of people. This weekend's 4th Fest at Bayfront Park will be the first since 2019. As last year's event was canceled because of the pandemic.
I think people have been pent up over the past 15 or 16 months and really are looking for an outlet for that.
That's why Jeff Stark, the venue operations director for the deck, says they're planning for a much larger crowd than the 10,000 people 4th Fest usually draws in. He also pointed to last weekend's air show, which brought record-breaking crowds to Duluth.
We're increasing staff. We're trying to make sure that we don't have too many lines. We understand that people are anxious for things to do, and we want to be here to welcome them in and have a good experience.
But the event staff at Bayfront aren't the only ones bracing for a big weekend. Local businesses around Duluth, especially those like Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory and Canal Park, are also expecting this weekend to be a busy one.
We are expecting multitudes of people to pass through our store on the 4th of July, the day before, like the entire weekend. Friday through Monday, we're just going to expect a lot of people.
And a lot of people means a lot of traffic. Stark says they're expecting delays around Bayfront Park and also on I-35.
Plan for some extra time ahead of the events. Make sure that you get here about a half hour earlier than you normally would. And then expect lines on the way out as well, too, especially on that 4th of July evening after the fireworks have concluded.
Along with 4th Fest on Sunday, Bayfront Park is also hosting Country Jam on Friday and Hairball, an 80s cover band, on Saturday. You can find more information regarding this weekend's events on our website. Facing one of the worst blood shortages in recent memory, Essentia Health is urging people to consider donating. The shortage has forced some hospitals across the country to delay elective surgeries. Essentia says the situation is mainly fueled by the COVID-19 pandemic because fewer people donated blood during and many medical procedures were postponed. Supply is low for all blood types. Wisconsin's governor is continuing pandemic-related unemployment benefits. Democratic Governor Tony Evers vetoed a Republican bill that would have eliminated a $300 a week federal bonus for unemployed people. The bonus was designed to help the unemployed during the pandemic. It's scheduled to end on September 6th. The Republican legislators pushed the bill, insisting businesses can't find workers, and the bonus is keeping people from seeking work. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, Duluth leaders want to keep all voters safe. How a new website hopes to do just that next.
High temp, 84 degrees at the Duluth airport today, about 8 degrees warmer than normal. Tomorrow will cool down perhaps 8 degrees and then warm up again for Friday. Get pretty hot for the 4th of July weekend. 96 is the record high. Will we threaten that? I'll let you know with the forecast coming up after our break.
You're watching the CBS3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, sports with Kelly Hinseth, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on live, local CBS3. CBS3 News is brought to you by Villa Marina Health and Rehabilitation Center.
Villa Marina Health and Rehabilitation Center is a beautiful one-level facility in Superior, Wisconsin, with 24-hour skilled nursing care. With a 5-star rating by Medicare, you can expect high-quality care. We offer a variety of services, including restorative care after a hospital stay, intensive rehabilitative therapy care after surgery, or long-term care for those who are no longer able to handle the necessities of daily life on their own. To learn more, call or visit Villa Marina Health Center in Superior.
The U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame Museum is for everyone. Visit the Great Wall of Inductees, shoot some pucks, and hit the gift shop. Celebrating the history of American hockey through exhibits and memorabilia. The U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame Museum, a must-stop for hockey fans everywhere.
When Grandma suggested cookies, Kyle wasn't expecting the new Nestle Toll House Chocolate Chip Cookie Blizzard. 2 beloved treats, soft-baked Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookies and world-famous DQ soft serve, all in one treat. The good times roll when these two get together, just like G-Ma and her G-Son, making memories while mixing 2 favorites. With the Nestle Toll House Chocolate Chip Cookie Blizzard, only at DQ. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
We can help you at Ketamine North Infusion Center.
In public safety, we see things that sometimes you can't unsee. After these infusions, everything just kind of turned around and I was able to start enjoying things again.
To learn more, give us a call or visit us online.
The View at Bluestone is leasing 1- and 2-bedroom apartments for August 1st, with beautiful apartments featuring custom wood cabinets, oversized windows and balconies, and an array of luxury amenities.
We would love to have you here with us. Schedule a hard hat tour today at viewatbluestone.com.
MediaCom is winning awards across the U.S., keeping you connected, keeping you safe, rising to the challenge, challenging the limits. Thanks to our award-winning employees, never settling, never backing down, always planning ahead, and always getting better. MediaCom is proud to be named 2021 U.S. Best Managed Company by Deloitte and the Wall Street Journal.
When you watched the CBS3 Grandma's Marathon live shows, you saw a community once again open its doors to the world.
Exciting! This is it! Grandma's weekend!
You heard interviews from local people who made it all possible.
And joining me now is Blake Shippey of Boxcar, one of the acts performing this weekend.
So runners are getting ready. I am joined by Tony Stensland.
It's just a great time for the community to come out together.
For truly local coverage that you deserve, continue watching live, local CBS3. Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WEATHERMAX forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
The temperatures were up for some towns today, all right. If you like it hot, enjoy it because it already cools down briefly tomorrow. Today's high temps went as warm as 86 for International Falls and as low as 70 right by the lake in Grand Marais. Splitting the difference, 77 up to Gunflint, 79 for Ironwood, but 84 degrees in Superior and Moose Lake and Grand Rapids on the warmer side by our standards. Tomorrow, thanks to an easterly wind, I think will be 60s or 70s right by the lake, 80s farther inland. Could be a nice break for some folks before the heat really gets turned up for the 4th of July weekend, where a lot of towns could crack 90 degrees, even here in the Twin Ports. The Here and Now, though, says it's cooler than that. It's 83 at the airport at the moment, with a relative humidity reading of 38%. Our wind is calm, but could become northerly overnight and maybe go 10 miles per hour, so it's not going to be too gusty. 30.05 inches of mercury is our barometric pressure, 1,018 millibars. Eyeing up now the current temperatures, we have mid-70s for the Upper Peninsula, running anywhere from 70 on La Pointe to 84 degrees at the Bong Airport in Superior, 82 at the moment in Moose Lake, 73 for Silver Bay. That's a cooler temperature, all right. 82 Hibbing Chisholm, 84 right now International Falls. Lows tonight, probably in the 50s. Highs tomorrow, again 70s by the lake for a lot of places, and 80s farther inland. Doppler map for the current moment here shows our 20% chance for precip in northern Minnesota starting to bloom up and become a little more widespread. So looks like that slight chance is paying off for at least a fair amount of towns here and could continue to do so overnight tonight. The chance for this precip getting into Wisconsin and Michigan, only about 10%. And then once that goes, well, it should change things up very much towards the drier side tomorrow. So tonight there's the 20% chance for the rain, a little thunder as well. Low pressure system leaves and higher pressure takes over for Thursday, initially cooling many towns down, 70 by the lake for example, but by Friday the flow of the high brings a wind up from the south and we go back towards warm conditions, 80s on Friday, again potentially leading to 90s for Saturday and the 4th of July on Sunday. Tonight, Minnesota, there you go, 20% chance for the rain around the region. Low temps in the 50s for Wisconsin and Michigan, low temps 50s there as well. Partly cloudy sky with just a 10% chance for some of those thunderstorms to cross in and fire things up. Tomorrow, 70s by the South Shore, upper 70s farther inland, mostly sunny sky for Wisconsin and Michigan. And for Minnesota, mostly sunny sky with 60s by the lake, and then upper 70s to lower 80s inland, which sets the stage for a return to the 80s for everybody on Friday. Sunshine rules supreme Saturday and Sunday, but boy, it'll be pretty toasty. 90 degrees possible both days before our next rain chance comes on Monday, which will take our temperatures down back into the 80s first and then into the 70s by next Tuesday.
All right, thanks, Dave. With these warmer temperatures, many of us are itching to get out on the big lake, but without the right precautions, taking out the kayak, canoe, or even stand-up paddleboard can be risky. CBS3's Abigail Smith learns about a new data-based website designed to help paddlers stay safe and have a good time on the lake.
On a nice summer day along Lake Superior shorelines, kayakers and paddlers jump into the lake to enjoy the sunshine. But Jesse Schaumburg with Minnesota Sea Grant says that fun can quickly turn into danger without the right precautions.
You know, there's some really tricky places like getting caught out on Lake Superior when the weather changes, and we know how fast it can change. Folks trying to paddle through the channel underneath the lift bridge, that's a really dangerous place.
Which is why Minnesota Sea Grant partnered with Maritime Transport Industry to create Paddle Safe Twin Ports, a website that has information about weather, paddling conditions, and shipping traffic schedules to help paddlers plan a safe trip. Things Jake Boyce of Day Tripper of Duluth tells everyone who signs up to explore with him to be aware of.
Most important is know your own limits. Everyone is comfortable paddling in different places, different speeds and all that. Especially out on Lake Superior, you have to know what you are capable of. I always paddle with a partner, especially with kayaking, especially as you get further away from shore.
The Maritime Transport Industry of Duluth says they're seeing more people using paddling devices in Lake Superior's harbor recently, putting them in the direct line of ships in testy waters.
There were paddlers that were getting too close for comfort to those, and they wanted to make sure that folks stayed safe and they recognized the rules. And we also recognized an opportunity to make sure that the folks that were using the harbor and the lake were doing so in a safe manner and had good resources.
He says most importantly, people need to know their skill level and choose their paddling areas wisely, so paddling can be a great experience for everyone.
Schaumburg warns that paddling on Lake Superior is not for beginners and to always be aware of your surroundings. To visit Paddle Safe Twin Ports, you can head to our website. Well, Kelly is here now with a preview of what's coming up in sports. Hey, Kelly.
Hey, well, major changes coming for NCAA athletes. The NCAA has given the green light for athletes to profit off their name, image, and likeness. We'll have the details coming up next in sports.
Northwest Outlet with all the brand names you want, including the North Face and Columbia.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
25% off our low Slumberland price. Incredible deals.
huge markdowns, plus 25% off our low Slumberland price. What a sale! The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
We have a structure fire with injuries on Highway 13.
Did you know your friends and neighbors volunteer to provide emergency services? They are serving many communities and need your help. Challenge yourself. Be part of the team. Be somebody.
I guarantee you, if your home just burned to the ground or you had a major accident, your first thing you're going to think about, it's not going to be, I just saved $500 on my auto and home insurance today. It's going to be, am I covered? At Vernon Insurance Agency, our first, second, and third goal is that you understand your coverage, there's no gaps in coverage, and your claims are covered when you have them. Call Vernon Insurance Agency today, 218-384-3970.
As a Medford registered nurse, I'm not just treating patients. I'm taking care of my neighbors. Through challenging surgeries and cases of pneumonia, I'm always on their side when things get tough. So when you ask me, as a Wisconsin registered nurse, do I trust the COVID-19 vaccines? My answer is yes. The COVID-19 vaccines are safe and getting one is important. Ask your family doctor what they think.
Are you ready for the beat?
This summer, go big or go home.
Stop going up heavy on me.
It just got real.
She likes summertime, number 6, number 9, let it live. I mix it up and give it to her, baby. Anytime. I got plenty time, push that thing in the mind.
Here come the Islanders.
I'm free.
I'm here to find love.
The summer's not ready for me.
Incredible deals, huge markdowns, like the Sealy Pillow Top Queen mattress on sale for just $4.99. What a sale! The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
In a major move today, the NCAA has officially given the green light for athletes to profit off their name, their image, and their likeness starting tomorrow. The Division I Board of Directors approved an interim policy that allows athletes to make money from endorsements and sponsorships while retaining eligibility. The decision to suspend restrictions on payments to athletes for things such as sponsorship deals, online endorsements, and personal appearances applies to all 3 divisions, or some 460,000 athletes. And UMD told me that they are fully supportive of opportunities for student athletes to benefit from the legislation. Their priorities as an institution will be to educate Bulldog athletes to maintain their NCAA eligibility when it comes to benefiting. Zam Plint, welcome to Team USA. The forward from Hermantown, Minnesota, has officially made the roster for the U18 team. Plant had 29 goals and 32 assists this past season, leading the Hermantown Hawks in scoring in his sophomore season. 23 players who participated in the development camp this past week have been selected to the final roster. Camp concluded today at the Northtown Center in Amherst, New York. Plant will return to Duluth tonight. The team will compete August 2nd through the 7th at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup in Czech Republic and Slovakia. After the way Game 4 unfolded for the Milwaukee Bucks in Atlanta last night, the loss didn't feel nearly as significant as the scary moment for GIANNIS Antetokounmpo in the third quarter. The 2-time MVP went down awkwardly on his leg, which they deemed at the time to be a hyperextension. After an MRI today, it was deemed that there is no structural damage to his left knee all his ligaments remain sound, which feels like great news relative to what it could have been, especially watching it back. The Bucs have listed him as doubtful, though, for Game 5 at Pfizer Forum tomorrow night.
When you talk about the range of possibilities, I think where this has landed, has to be looked at as a positive. It's still a really difficult fall. It's I guess part of sport. It's part of the playoffs, and we'll manage it, and we just got to keep moving, get ready for Game 5.
On the flip side, Atlanta's Trae Young is questionable for tomorrow's game. An absolute wild one for the Brewers. They look to sweep the Cubs for the first time at home since 2013. Yeah, you heard that right. Aaron Ashby took the mound in his MLB debut, and it really didn't go his way to start things out, because it started like this. Cubs' Javi Baez drives in 2 with a shot down the line. The Cubs scored 7 runs in the top of the first, but the tables begin to turn in the following inning. Brewers down 7. Luis Urias chips away with a 2-run homer. Urias went 4 for 5 on the day with 2 home runs. Then in the 4th, Willy Adames joins the party, hitting a grand slam to double the Cubs score. First grand slam for the Brewers this season, and a strong bullpen and 15 unanswered runs brings the Brewers' win streak to 8 games. And they sweep the Cubs at home. It's a very big night for Duluth FC. The Blue-Greens are set to face off with their biggest division rival, Minneapolis City. Duluth is the 2nd-place team in the NPSL North as it sits right now, trailing only Minneapolis, who enter tonight's game a perfect 9-0 on the season. Their first matchup of the season in May was a thriller, tied 2-2 late in the second half before the Crows broke through with a game-winning goal. Kickoff at Public School Stadium tonight is set for 7:00 p.m. I don't know how that could look like more fun to sit out. No, on a gorgeous night in Duluth, Minnesota, to watch really 2 great teams.
Yeah.
What could be better? Maybe baseball. I don't know.
Not a whole lot. I mean, it's a beautiful day out there. And boy, there's a lot going on in sports.
A lot going on in sports. For June, at the end of June, I'll take it. Usually this is just like dead time. We're just talking about how bad the Twins are. A lot going on. NCAA news coming. That's going to be a huge implication for our athletes here in the Northland. And we'll have a lot more on that as kind of they learn to navigate this uncharted territory in terms of you can now benefit off your likeness, and there's a lot of still stipulations there, but still big news for NCAA athletes at the Division I level.
Absolutely. Thanks, Kelly. After a year of stress during the pandemic, one Duluth yoga studio is focused on restoring Zen to the community. With meetings hosted in Anger Park every Wednesday morning, Full Circle Yoga brings people together for meditation. Their goal is to help yogis release any tension, especially surrounding COVID-19. As a way of giving back, these sessions are free and they're open to anyone. Hosted next to the Zen Garden, Full Circle Yoga leaders hope the peaceful atmosphere brings participants serenity. If you're interested in signing up, you can check out our website at CBS3Duluth.com. That's all we have for you at 6. We will see you at 10. Enjoy your night.